I will take it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the season finale of Jarred. I almost said series finale. Whoops.
Whoa, no. Massive difference between those two. Season. Hi, everybody.
Oopsie.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, sort of is the series of this particular season.
Series would imply the entire show, Dougie. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Why is my camera pointed? Oh, that's right, because Sarah was auditing my other podcast.
What's happening on Amazon? Is she good? Her camera good?
Yeah, I think I'm good now.
What's happened?
Jess, you now bugged your camera out now. That's for us. Oh, no.
There it goes.
There we go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Typical Jarred. Our intros are never going to get any more seamless than this.
Never. This is the quality entertainment you want.
Yeah.
Even if we're all in the same place, we'd probably still have the same problems.
It would still fuck up somehow. And Jess would still be adjusting her titties.
Why not?
You just have to remark every single time. Like, that reflects more on you than it does on me. You know that, right?
Can we rewind to about 15 or 20 minutes ago when I was just trying to innocently show the ink on my shirt?
No, literally, you missed it. As soon as you walked in the house and you went straight to your room, the brief split-second flash of you going through the foyer to the hallway, Ryan was like, oh my god, titties!
Okay, that I didn't know.
Well, Jess turned the camera around so we could see through her back door, and you could just see through the foyer. So I was like, "Oh, titties is here," and I didn't. It was one of those things that I said in my head and should have stopped before it left my mouth.
So basically, everything.
Honestly, he has a serious problem with that.
I'm gonna stop talking now.
Well, little delayed, but it's okay.
Yes, would we care to explain what happened last week, or are we just gonna breeze by that?
So it all started with Ryan.
It started nothing to do with me.
It absolutely did.
It absolutely did
It
not.
absolutely did. Yes, it did.
I was not the one who passed out.
Do you know why I passed out?
Hold on. Before we go any further, technically, you were fucking passed out.
Exactly.
I was awake and in time for our normal recording schedule.
No.
So,
No.
I was in the video chat at 11 o'clock. We start at 12. We start at midnight.
You didn't join up until, what time was it, Amber? Like 8:30? 8 or 8:30?
It was like closer to like maybe like 7:30, like 7:45, like at the very least.
But I feel
like it was later than that.
I was at least within time.
That's not how we roll, and you know that. We get on video call way earlier so we can bullshit and get stuff out of the way, but then you gave us more time to bullshit, and then we kept on bullshitting.
Okay, so we're blaming me for this, even though I was the one that was still awake,
You
sober,
started
and
a
ready to
pattern
record.
for the evening. What were we to do?
Why were you late, Ryan? Why were you late?
Because I was
You keep touting
asleep.
off about that you didn't pass out, that you were awake.
I was asleep. I was napping before.
Why were you late?
I was napping before we started recording. I've been at work all day.
Why were
Okay, so then don't say that you were the one who passed out.
Because you were the one that passed out.
Three-quarters of the chat were together talking, all saying, where's Ryan? Does Ryan know that we're recording tonight? He's going to be there, right?
Yeah.
And none of you thought to message me to make sure I was all right or anything like that.
You saw the video chat. It showed in the chat that you had seen that it had started.
Yeah, I was snoozing.
So that's why we did not message you. Well, if you were snoozing, how did you see it?
Because I explained last week, you were too fucking drunk.
So if you saw it, then we would have no reason to message you, because if you saw it, then you were aware that it was going on.
Okay, so I started the delay, apparently.
Yes. You did. And you know why? Because you were late, because you had passed out.
I was napping. It was not passing out. I chose to take a nap.
Ryan, you were out for 2 hours. You passed out. you said yourself you had been out for 2 hours. So with you being a sleepy boy and oversleeping into recording time, leaving me and Amber to our own devices while we waited for you, yes, I did drink 2 bottles of wine because I was fucking bored.
And then you passed out.
So, and then I passed out. And so really it was a snowball effect from the shit that you started. If you had been on time, I wouldn't have drank 2 bottles of wine waiting for you.
So, in conclusion, this entire season has just been a complete constant fuck up because of me, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every delay, recording schedule issues, not being present.
Yes.
I still stand by my innocence.
I'm glad everyone's in agreement.
I'm not in agreement. I still stand by my verdict.
Let's
for
put it
last
to a vote.
week.
Let's put it to a vote. Would last weekend have happened if Ryan hadn't passed out and slept into the recording schedule?
Yes, it would have.
No. It would not
I think
have
we
happened.
still would have recorded.
Ha! Thank you,
might
2
have been
against
in
2.
Wait, what?
What?
I'm confused.
You said it would have happened, right?
No, Dougie said we still would have recorded.
Oh, if I hadn't showed
If you
up.
hadn't.
No, if you had have showed up earlier.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 against 4.
Or 3 against 1.
1.
Or, yeah, 3 against 1. Nice try, though. Nice try.
Sorry, mate. But
Why am I still here?
We ask ourselves the same thing all the time. Literally 24/7.
So, in conclusion, folks, sorry for the delay.
Yes, sorry for the Ryan started delay. Anyway, so you guys, Brittany's free.
Woo!
Brittany's free, you guys.
Yes!
We don't have to do any more free Brittany episodes.
Oh.
So happy.
So yay.
That covers
So
that.
happy.
I wore my Free Britney shirt from Jarred for good juju yesterday, and I went into Lowe's for a work-related thing, and this girl at the register was like, I like your shirt. I was like, girl, thanks.
Did you tell her to buy it?
I was hoping she'd ask me where I got it from, but she did not.
Missed opportunity.
Always be plugging.
Yeah.
ABP, baby. ABP. Always be plugging.
Oh.
That sounds weird and like
I was just
period
watching
related.
Ryan
Did you-
trying to work it out.
I was wondering if I was the only one that saw that.
You could literally hear the gears crunching.
I was like, yeah, everyone. I was hoping nobody saw that. I'm just going to block out my camera for that bit.
Nah, baby, we seen you. We seen you.
Well, if you
Sorry.
are
It's all right,
If
mate.
you
They
are
all
a
know. So
if you're a
if they
patron,
don't by now, they haven't watched enough.
patron of the arts, a patron of the Jards, we're about to record a bonus episode after this, and just
Oh,
a
yeah.
sneak peek. We're going wish shopping, you guys.
We are.
We are.
Although we haven't chosen each other's Secret Santa yet, but yeah.
Oh, I can send it to Charles real quick and see.
Yes,
Because
please.
I was thinking about that last night when I was like trying to fall asleep. I was like, shit, we didn't do Secret Santa.
Yeah, we haven't done it yet. Send it to Charles real quick, and he can choose our Secret Santas for us once we're doing this.
Okay, hold on, because I think I still get emails from that website.
Okay.
Okay, draw names. Let's see. Continue.
What's
Bop bop
just
bop
that?
bop 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 bop. Jess, Ryan,
Am I leaving this
Amber,
in? Like I'm so confused what's
Dougie.
going on right now.
next step. Next step.
I mean, it
I guess,
might be
yeah.
fine to. I might be fine to edit this out, but I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what Jess is on right now, as in.
I'm on fucking Kahlua, baby.
Okay.
Okay. What? It won't let me reuse a. Okay, whatever. I wish I had remembered that I thought about this before now.
Prior to now, yeah.
Us hitting the record button.
Yeah.
It's whatever, dude. It's whatever.
It happens. It's Jard.
Yeah.
This
Honestly,
is us.
If you haven't accepted us by, what is this, episode 62 overall? I don't know. If you're not accepted us by now, then I don't think you're ever going to. I think it's episode 62.
We're a very authentic bunch.
What you see with us is what you get. Basically.
Oh, hell yeah.
I just sent a link to the group.
Okay. Am I to do it now, or are we waiting until we actually do that episode?
I'm confused. We can wait. I'm just a little
confused. let's wait.
Let's wait. Amber.
Amber's like, yeah, let's wait. It's my turn. Let's go. Even though you really want to go, but whatever.
Not even. I'm nervous as fuck. So
it's your third and final one, though.
I know, but like I get very nervous. One, about starting a season and or closing a season. Two, because of this being my last JonBenét Ramsey episode.
True. It's not like
there is that, and there is so much information, like to the point it got to where, like, whenever doing my notes, I was like, okay, doing my notes the way I normally do isn't going to work, or else I'm gonna have like 8 pages worth of notes. So I've just got like kind of like have references to where I could talk about certain things, and there might be stuff that I miss, and if I miss anything too important, I'm sure Jess will interject with me. I kind of hope she does. I'm gonna be all over the place, just basically. I'm gonna try and keep it condensed. I'm gonna try and keep it as short as I can, but there's a lot.
Well, no pressure, because a lot of people are counting on this one. A lot of people are looking forward to this one. So.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, no pressure.
Just thought I'd slip that in there for you.
So should I just go? Should I go?
Go for it, Amber.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Cool. At the top of the dome, I just want to say something because I want to cover not only my ass, but the ass of Jard as a whole. This case is not solved. Everything that I am going to speak on, especially when giving my opinion on what I think happened, is, just like that of mine alone. There are
alleged.
There are a lot of things here that are alleged. They are not deemed as true blue fact. That's just, please don't sue me. I am very poor. That's it. Okay. So we've talked about what happened with JonBenét Ramsey, like within the 48 hours of when she was discovered deceased. We spoke about all of the physical evidence of the case, what was there, and what all was very much probably tainted. Today we're going to go over theories. And basically there are 2 major theories as to what happened to JonBenét. One of those theories being the Intruder Theory, the other being the family theory. The Intruder Theory has a lot of compelling evidence to support that an intruder did break into the Ramsey household and murder JonBenét. But there's also a lot of compelling evidence that may lead one to believe that the family was involved. So I'm going to go over the Intruder Theory first. For no particular reason. One of the early persons of interest included neighbor Bill McReynolds, who played the Santa Claus at the Christmas party that JonBenét Ramsey had attended. Apparently, he had given her, and I think he was a family friend. He had given her some type of like ominous Christmas card that had said something like she was going to get a very, very special present on Christmas. Something leading to that effect.
That's creepy.
Another was a housekeeper by the name of Linda Hoffman Pugh. I really didn't find much information on why she would be really considered a suspect, other than the fact that she was the housekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you kind of have to look everybody at all angles, I guess.
Yeah.
There was another person of interest named, what's that? Michael Helgoth? Jess, am I saying that right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, Michael Helgoth, let me see if I can pull up his stuff really quick. He committed suicide not long after JonBenet's death. If I'm not mistaken, Jess, is he the one that was the registered offender? And he was staying in like a basement or some type of sort in a neighbor's home.
I don't know if that was him or not.
I'm trying
because I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember if that was the same person.
I'm trying to, like I said, I have so many tabs open on this shit. Here, maybe I put it in my actual notes. Any dead air you can just edit out, Ryan, if you don't like it too good.
No problem.
I don't know if that was him.
And why am I not seeing?
I don't think that was him. I thought that was a different guy.
Yeah, Helgoth, it's not. Helgoth worked in a nearby auto salvage yard. He was often referred to as a Hellraiser. He was tied to an alleged property dispute involving the Ramseys. And that could have served as a possible motivation to seek revenge on the family and kidnap JonBenét. It's been speculated that once Helgoth caught wind that he could be a suspect in the case, apparently the investigators had found a boot print similar to his, and he just committed suicide before anyone could get to him.
Wow.
And ask questions. Yeah.
That's kind of extreme. Was there like a note or anything, or was it just straight up bye-bye? From what I can tell, it was just a straight up he just took himself out before anything could happen. But he's also cleared by DNA. Oh, okay. So
I wonder if it was one of those things where, well, I mean, if he didn't do it, then it seems like maybe he thought that he would definitely be a scapegoat for it. Like,
right. Yeah.
They were definitely going to take him down for it. Yeah. Like, there was no getting out of it for him.
Very, very, very fucking much a possible theory. And I think I'm now about to talk about the guy that I was just inferring about. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little confused about this guy's name. The reason why I say that is because I see some reports that his name being Gary Oliva. And then I saw somewhere where they had his name as Gary Silva. So either Gary Oliva or Gary Silva. He was a 32-year-old known sex offender in the Boulder, Colorado area when JonBenét was found. Excuse me. He had been living in the area on and off when police allegedly found a magazine cutout of Jon-Benet Ramsey in his backpack after he was apprehended on drug charges in the year 2000.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. It's, the Ramsey's family longtime private investigator, Ollie Gray, once referred to Oliva and or Silva's ties to JonBenét as a bombshell for the case. And he, of course, lambasted the Boulder Police Department for failing to consider him as a more credible suspect. And not long after his arrest, Gary's high school friend stepped forward with an allegation that supported the idea that he had done something to JonBenét. Apparently, Gary had told this high school buddy that he had hurt a little girl. But that was all that he said.
Right.
And apparently he was in possession of a stun gun, which is one of the markings that was on JonBenét's body that they suspect was from a stun gun. But also, he was cleared by DNA. But he's been recently charged with 2 counts of sexual exploitation of a child and possessing child pornography. So, still a bad dude.
Yep.
Still a likely bad dude, but nonetheless.
The thing about the DNA that they found on her body, because it was two different people, right?
Mm-hmm.
The DNA found. The thing about that is if even just a speck of that DNA is tampered with or contaminated, it immediately, it's not going to be identifiable.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, with as many times as there were fumbles in this case, was the DNA one of them? And that's why there hasn't been a DNA match found to what was found on her body. It's like, how do you not...
I mean, this too, for me, it's like, I don't know how much that DNA, this is just me personally, I don't know how much DNA can be so relied on in terms of this case for the simple fact of how tainted everything was.
Right.
I mean,
like, if I was a lawyer, I would argue that in court.
Yeah, I mean, just from the evidence you've just brought forth already, with that guy alone, the picture found in his backpack, and then the same markings of a stun gun found on her body and his possession. Just for me alone, that's enough. Let alone DNA. Like, I know with cases, DNA is as I was saying with my Madeleine McCann case, it is concrete. But a lot of the time, it's not always the case, especially when you got stuff so compelling like that. But that's just my opinion on it.
Well, there are situations where the forensic analyst or the DNA analyst or whoever the fuck is being paid off by whoever to skew the results. So, I mean, that's absolutely a thing. I heard about it recently with another case. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, it came out that analyst, they had a record of falsifying results and skewing results with DNA shit.
Yep.
There's a whole actual documentary on Netflix that's really good. I wish that I could remember the name of it right now, but it's about two forensic analysts, one who got severely addicted to the drugs that she was testing.
I shouldn't laugh, but
yeah, and then another person who was basically just like speeding through her work, not doing it thoroughly, and just like trying to aim for convictions. So I don't I don't know.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, but as you said, with the fact of how tainted the crime scene was,
Yeah.
they can't really rely on the DNA as a viable source.
Oh, if I was a lawyer, I would argue that in court all day.
Mm-hmm.
The scene wasn't secure. How do you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going. What did I just do? What did I do to my thing? No, stop that. Okay, better.
Close your eyes and listen to that again.
You're.
I'm gonna leave.
Ryan needs help. Ryan needs.
Is Ryan remarking on my wholesome moment?
No, I wasn't. I was being horny again.
He was having basically like a
slap, slap, slap.
No, he was basically having like a that's what she said moment.
Yeah.
Can you just fucking stop? Just fucking stop. Just fucking download Tinder already. Go and get your nut. Everyone's fucking sick of it. Everyone is fucking sick of being objectified by you. Not even just me and Amber. Fucking Dougie. Fucking Charles. Fucking Sarah. Fucking Mike. Abdi. You name them. Everyone's sick of it. We're tired of being your victims.
Do you feel better for that?
I'm just speaking the truth.
I feel like she just got a weight off of her chest.
I'm crying. Amber, please continue.
Okay. So I also should mention that there have, for whatever fucking reason, been people who have falsely confessed to this crime. Why you would want to do that, I don't know.
What?
Attention.
Yeah, other than attention.
Or covering.
Let me pull up this guy. This fucking guy. In 2006, a former school teacher by the name of John Mark Carr confessed out of the blue, that guy, to the 1996 strangulation of Jon-Benet in graphic sexual detail. Carr was arrested in Thailand, where he'd been living on the lam after facing child pornography charges in the U.S. The now 51-year-old initially brought himself into the mess by reaching out to the University of Colorado Boulder professor named Michael Tracy over email in regards to a documentary that Tracy was making on the case. Once those emails took a disturbing turn, revealing his sexual fascination with Jon-Benet, Tracy reported Carr to the police, who arrested him in Bangkok as a possible suspect. He was immediately flown to Boulder for questioning, but was ultimately cleared after his DNA failed to match the profile of one of the unknown males found, the DNA that was found in like the waistband of Jon-Benet's long johns. Where am I at? I'm lost. Carr's alleged involvement broke international headlines, and his earnest insistence on having killed her was enough to set off a media fiasco. However, he was ultimately dismissed as a suspect altogether and written off as a pedophile who was after notoriety and fame. Officials also failed to verify that he was ever in Boulder, Colorado. He is now, according to a 2010 report by the Daily Beast, now living under a new identity and possibly a new gender. So now I'm wondering if I should have referred to them as she. I don't know. That's confusing. It's not confusing, but it's a little confusing.
At the time when this happened, he was of the opposite
yes.
sex. Now he is a she.
Yes.
So
yes.
You were referring to him as what he was.
Right. Referring to them in that period of time in their life. Yes. We don't want to be disrespectful. We love all the genders in this house. Okay. Now, before I move to the family theory, Jess, is there anything that I may have possibly missed in terms of third-party suspects?
I don't think so. I was thinking about that basement guy for the longest, but I could not remember what his name was. But that's the only one, I think.
I think that was Gary.
Then I'm out.
Because I think that he was kind of like bouncing between houses and shit, and I think he was staying in someone's basement that was nearby. Okay. So the family member theory.
Oh, golly.
I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This is my personal belief that at some capacity, JonBenet's family was involved in her untimely death.
Yep.
That is my theory. Her brother had a lot of problematic behavior.
Yep.
He was, Jess, how do I delicately describe some of his behavior?
Troubling.
What?
Troubling.
Yeah, but how do I describe some of his actions?
I mean, I don't know of another word like that.
I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to how to say some of this more specific things. Okay, we know that there was an instance where he did strike JonBenét. Was it with a golf club?
Yep.
With a golf club. He also had some behavioral issues, which one of those things being I'm trying to figure out how to word this delicately. Spreading fecal matter onto his walls.
And on JonBenet's things.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which
Wasn't prepared for that.
that kind of behavior with the shit, that's sometimes indicative of some sort of sexual assault or molestation.
Really?
Which is yes, acting out like that as a child, that doing that kind of thing, yes. But without, I mean, if there truly is no history of him
Right.
actually being molested or raped, assaulted, what have you, then
that's just an alleged theory. And also, when I mentioned earlier that the housekeeper was considered a suspect, I had kind of have a somewhat notion as to why that may be. The housekeeper, she did not speak kindly of Patsy Ramsey.
Oh.
Did not speak kindly of her. She said that, she was kind of like she'd be fine for a minute, and then, maybe a few moments later just get very angry and fly off the handle and, just genuinely not be a good person. And she even voiced her concerns about Patsy's behavior and her possible involvement with whatever happened to JonBenét. The Ramsey family, I'm pretty sure it was previous to JonBenét's death, but they also had another child that had passed. And if you want my opinion as to what I think may have happened, I don't know if maybe possibly Burke and his sister were playing, and maybe he struck her. She seriously got injured, and like head injury wise, and her parents decided to mask this cover up. That way they didn't lose any more children. I also don't know if they didn't stage it in some way because maybe Patsy was a bit jealous of JonBenét and all of the attention that JonBenét got as a beauty pageant queen. That was another thing that was talked about.
I feel like you need to run it back for the boys, though, because you just casually dropped that there was another child who died before JonBenét, and so I'm just sitting there like,
ask about.
We need they'll need a crumb of context here because you can't just do a hit and run like that.
They had,
I knew nothing about a third child.
I mean, in short, John was much older than Patsy. That's what it was.
Yes.
He was much older than Patsy. He had been married before. He had children from his previous marriage.
Right.
His daughter from previous marriage. She was, what was she, Amber? She was like 20 or like a teenager or something. And she got in a car wreck and died.
She was in her late teens, early 20s, and I think that she passed away. I think she was in college actually, and she passed in a car accident.
Right.
Yeah, so it wasn't like they murdered her too.
Yeah, no.
The way Amber just did a drive-by on us.
If there's a track record of murdering their children, I think I know who the suspect is.
No. I'm trying to see if I can find that child's name, and I can't. And I thought I had mentioned that in the first episode. I'm so sorry.
I know.
Well, just in reference to the brother,
I can't find
that
her
was
name
one
right
of the
now.
things I'd thought of as a possible theory. Is when you mentioned about was it pineapple, bowl of pineapple or whatever she liked to eat, and was on the counter, and the brother, like they'd been fighting. I thought they must have, like they could have possibly, allegedly, fought over the pineapple. He's pushed her. She's hit the counter really hard, which is fatal blow.
Right, and because that kitchen was clean too, by the way.
Yeah, and so cover it up. Oh, she's dead. We'll make it look like someone broke in, but then they realised she wasn't dead, so they've had to finish the job.
something.
But I can't explain the marks like from a stun gun or a taser. That side.
Yeah,
sort of throws the
I can't explain those either, and I can't, and it's not necessarily that it was, and it wasn't really confirmed that it was from a stun gun. It was just very similar to. They never said.
They also said that it looked like it could be the same kind of marks from like a connector piece of an electric railroad set.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, like a train set.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like the two prongs or whatever that connect.
Yeah.
But
that would do the same.
The thing that hangs me up about the Burke theory, the accidental Burke theory, is that okay, so they get into an argument, he hits her in the head with something, panics, goes to get mom and dad, and then they get down there and she's still alive. It's like, at that point, why would you, if she was still alive, why would you continue? Because she was still alive after the blow to the head. That was shown by the ligature marks with the garrote. So if she was still alive, I mean, why not just be like, oh, okay, like that was an accident that happened. Like, well, you're good. Like, we'll take you to the doctor or hospital, whatever, get you checked out, whatever. It's all good. You're alive. Everything's cool.
I mean,
but
but
instead they're like, let's strangle her so she's actually dead.
No,
well, that too, and at that point, that's gonna.
She was bound.
That's gonna as soon as she goes to the hospital.
Like, she was tied up or whatever when they found her. She was all. Was she wrapped up in something or tied? She was bound.
Yes.
So
she was in a blanket,
and she had. I think she had duct tape on her or some type of
duct tape over her mouth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then also too at that point, how the parents are thinking.
Yeah, on that side, she's been knocked out from the blow, completely unconscious. They thought she was dead. So to cover up this, that the son killed her, they've then proceeded to...
They actually kill her?
Well, they've bound her and taped her and everything like that and put her down there and then realised that she's not dead. If she wakes up and she's bound, they're going to panic that they're now going to get in trouble for that. So they then proceed to finish the job because it's going to get blamed on someone else anyway. That was my theory on that sort of thing, why they finished it. Because they've already bound her and everything like that, and then she's regained consciousness. So that's when they've finished the job. So they didn't...
I think it just came...
That was my theory on the Burke side of things. Like, they didn't kill her before they bound her. They did it afterwards.
I get it.
Because if she woke up and she's all bound up, she's going to wonder what's going on. And then if they take her to hospital after that, she's going to be asking questions and tell people that...
It's not exactly something you can give an easy answer for or a quick brush-off answer, is it?
I don't know. I just feel like... No, I follow. I just feel like if that were the case, it's not like they did this to a teenager or even like a 9 or 10-year-old. Like this was a kid who very likely, I mean, obviously you remember trauma at that age, but you don't remember much from that age outside of trauma. So it's like, I don't know with these people as much money as they had and the resources that they had. And I mean, my God, if they did this, look at how they managed to cover this up. And even so, it wasn't because of their own intelligence. I mean, they were obviously, I guess maybe they were smart, but there was also like really shoddy police work. They had the gift of time because they didn't talk to the police until 5 months after it happened. Yeah. But it didn't, I don't know, that just didn't register with me as what would have or what could have happened, because it's like, it just seems like they could have come up with something else if that had happened.
My biggest thing with this case, and I know that it's not scientific, it's not fact in any way, what I'm saying, but if you just look at the actions of the family as a whole, if you go back, watch any sort of interview with Jon Ramsey and Patsy Ramsey, the way that they're very defensive at times, just, it's a vibe. You get that just icky, sick feeling. And if you have the time, I highly recommend watching and I never promote this, but I am for just this one specific thing and then never again, Dr. Phil.
I thought you were going to say their CNN interview. I think that's who they interviewed with in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Right after it happened.
Yeah, that CNN interview too. Well, but yeah, just Jon and Patsy were just the way they acted was just off. Okay. Now, if you at any point in time want to Google some Dr. Phil and his interview with Burke Ramsey, do that. And Dr. Phil is going to stress to you that some of the actions and how he's speaking and how he reacts to things, that's just, you can't gauge how a human reacts to certain ways, but there's probably certain things, there's just a lot of things in that interview that look way the fuck off. And I am sorry, one of the biggest pieces of evidence that seals it in for me that the family had at least some type of involvement, no matter what it was, is that fucking ransom note.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for bringing that up, because that still fucks me over.
That ransom note is tied too closely to Patsy. I'm sorry. No one who is breaking into a home to steal something or hurt someone is going to take the time to hang around a house that's full of fucking people and chill out and get out their stationery, put it back where they found it. No.
And write draft versions of it as well.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's not normal.
Well, and when it comes to that kind of stuff too, because like I write in my downtime, and when it comes to people that I know personally or that people that I care about, I have a tendency to be a little bit superfluous when I write about them.
I'm sorry, what?
So,
oh my God.
anyway, so that note rambling on for 2.5 pages, that's someone that personally knows.
Yeah.
Either JonBenét or the family. You wouldn't ramble on that long over someone you don't know or is essentially a stranger. You just don't. And on the whole Dr. Phil thing, there is, I think I sent it to you before, Amber. There was a transcript where there was some kind of body language expert or something language expert who had broken it down, like basically line by line. Like the script is online where they did the interview, and it's all the text or whatever, and this language expert is breaking down his responses, like analyzing his responses. It's very interesting. Definitely.
The same was done with the McCanns as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Mm. Yeah, that ransom note is fucked me over since you first said it, Amber.
Yeah.
The fact that it was so long, so precise, there was multiple copies, and everything was put back exactly where it was found. I'm not buying it.
Can you imagine, allegedly, if Burke did this or had something to do with it? This happened when he was, 8 years old? So this is something. Yeah. This is something that if he knows the actual truth, this is something he has literally. It's just a part of his life. Just for the entirety of his life. I almost wonder if it's like one of those things where it's like if you tell a lie so many times, it becomes true. It becomes the truth. Like, you have those things. Well, I have things from like many years ago when I was a kid or teenager or whatever, where it's like my version, I know how I saw my version of the story, even if it wasn't necessarily the true version. And it's like I've thought about that story so many times in that way that that's the version that's true for me.
Right.
Even though deep down, I know that's not how it really happened. Mm. So I wonder if it's like one of those things for him, if he did do it. It's just, he's told the story so many times. He's so used to it. It's so standard, routine, normal that
it's his truth now.
It's his truth now.
Yeah. It's a good way of putting it, actually. I never would have thought of that.
And my God, to have that kind of willpower at 8 years old, never falter in what you're saying about what happened, if you did have something to do with it, that's crazy.
Psychopath in the making, I guess.
I heard that if you yawn in front of someone and they don't yawn back, they're a sociopath. Have you guys heard that?
No.
That wasn't me yawning deliberately. I wanted to yawn before you said it anyway, so I apologize if I started the chain there. But no, I've never had that either.
Well, me or Dougie didn't finish, so
we must be psychopaths.
I said sociopath, not psychopath.
Oh, sociopath.
There's a difference.
I thought you said psychopath.
No, it's sociopath.
No wonder.
And it's because they lack the ability to empathize with other people. So if you're around someone who yawns and then it makes, because that happens with me. Like it happens with me all the time. If I see someone yawn, I'm a yawn. I'm like, damn.
No, I'm the same.
You right. Yawn. But apparently if someone doesn't do that whenever you yawn, then they could be a sociopath because they're not like they're not feeling what you're feeling, or they're not able to feel what you're feeling.
Well, me and Dougie didn't yawn just now. Does that mean we're sociopaths?
Damn, now I can't stop.
Fuck yeah.
That's why I'm so damn attracted to Dougie. We're one and the same.
Me and Ryan are the only normal ones here. What's happening?
And that's why y'all share the same fucking brain cell.
I just did a mini yawn, so.
Okay, so Amber, what's up, dude?
What was wrong with you?
When I was a young girl, my daddy told me about
My father took
JonBenét
me
Ramsey.
into the city.
Yeah.
I listened to that song on the way here. No, he just told me about JonBenét Ramsey and scared me for life, so.
I mean, I know you're not a sociopath because you literally cry about everything, so.
I really do. I cry so much.
There's shit in my eye.
Who's shit in his eye?
I did.
He.
Sweaty, you gotta get waterproof mascara next time.
Thank you.
Amber, if you were to do that, I think he'd enjoy it.
He probably would.
Do what?
Shit in your eye.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh my god! That was an escalation.
He'd just be happy at the opportunity of someone actually sitting near his face.
We were literally in the video call earlier talking about pissing on people, and Dougie was like, "No, I wouldn't do that." Why?
We were talking about this earlier. Oh, we know how to entertain each other. Excuse me.
Anyway, Amber, go on.
Honestly, I feel like that's about it, except for all of this is alleged. Once again, please don't sue me. I am very poor. Jess is very poor. So is Ryan. So is Dougie. We're all poor. We have nothing to give you.
We have nothing to give.
And I gotta say thank you to the guy in the comments on the last video, because he and Mike went back and forth.
Holy shit.
I hope he shows up for this one.
Yeah,
Well,
Amber, one of your theories, why didn't you include the Ramsey's personal accountant? Ugh.
Okay, look, I'll go ahead and mention it. If you view this, if you're viewing on our YouTube, go to was it my episode 2 or my episode 1?
I'll find out for you now.
I thought it was 2. I might be wrong. I've been wrong before, believe it or not.
Very
It was part 2.
Okay,
hell,
so
Jess?
if you go to, I'm not going to go over it in detail, but I will direct listeners to it. If you go into the comment section on YouTube of my second episode of this series, you will find someone else who has an
opinion.
Theory, has an opinion, an alleged opinion regarding John Ramsey's accountant.
Was that
Possibly having a hand in what happened to JonBenét. It's a interesting read. It is an interesting read. It is a different perspective.
It's different, all right. Hey, I learned something. It feels like so long since we recorded. I learned something new this week, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know those packets? I already told Dougie this story, but those packets that come in like food items, like the silica packets, like the silica beads, silica packets, not toxic.
Don't tell me you ingested some.
But don't they say toxic? Do not ingest.
They do not say they do not say toxic. Do not eat. They just say do not eat. They're not toxic.
I got some around somewhere. I gotta find
No.
Because
Put it down, Ryan.
No, I'm not gonna eat it. I just want to see if she's done the truth.
Because like for Rex's kennel, we have this like little like curtain for his kennel to like give him some privacy. I don't know, but we put the treats on top of Rex's kennel sometimes, just because with the curtain there, it's a nice little shelf. And I went to work the other day and came back, and Rex had torn his curtain down. Like, just completely just ripped it into his kennel. And so the bag of treats fell into Marley's bed, because Marley's kennel is right next to Rex's kennel. So in this process, the bag fell into Marley's kennel, and when I get home for lunch from work, Marley's got his entire face in this bag of treats. There's nothing left. Absolutely nothing. There weren't even crumbs. This man ate everything.
Man.
Oftentimes in those bags of treats, there are silica packets.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, shit, fuck, piss. Okay. So then I'm like, I couldn't remember if there had been a silica packet in that bag of treats or not, but I was like Googling it to see like what I needed to do. Not toxic, apparently, and not toxic to dogs either. They only say that, the packets only say do not eat because they're a choking hazard.
Oh.
Yeah, which if you think about it, they put that shit in all kinds of different like food items. Like the first thing I think of is like pepperoni. There's always a silica
Or like beef
packet.
jerky.
Yeah, there's always a silica packet in fucking pepperoni. So it's like, why would they put something poisonous in a bag with like something that we're about to eat anyway? Yeah. No, it's fine. It's not toxic. The more you know.
And those are all the things that we teach you here on Jarred.
Yeah.
Throw silica gel. Do not eat. Throw away.
Yep.
Oh yeah, she's right. I'm gonna eat it.
Go ahead.
Don't eat it.
No, go ahead and eat it. Go ahead and eat it. The only reason it says that is because it's a choking hazard. But guess what? When you eat it and it's in your stomach, they do not enlarge, nor do they cause any kind of obstruction in your digestive
Well, no,
system.
because your stomach acid is just immediately just gonna get rid of it.
So eat it right now.
But
I'm not gonna.
But
I'm not gonna eat it because it says do not eat.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
gonna say it for the bonus episode?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
After a few drinky poos.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm very excited to see Ryan fucking choke finally.
Right, you see, excited to see Ryan die. I'm not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna. Eat it.
Why won't you eat it?
Well, because
Can
it
you
says
please?
do not eat.
Will you please just eat it?
and that concludes the end of our season, folks.
I really want to
Happy unsolved mysteries, you guys.
Yes.
Happy unsolved mysteries.
When's the last time a woman begged you to eat it like that, Ryan?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
That was a harsh one.
Whoa. He said, it's been a while. I thought he was either going to shit or pop a blood vessel, dude.
What a way to close the season.
I mean, we go in with a bang and we go out with a bang, but I'm going out with a fuck. I'm not going.
You're not going
You're
out
not
with a
going
bang.
out with a
I'm not going out with a
bang.
bang.
You are not going out with a bang.
I fucking hated it.
Be sure to pay attention to all of our social medias in regards to our newest season. Why not message us? Tell us what you would like to hear for our next season. We have some ideas. We don't know what. What?
What is Jess doing?
She's giving fun visuals while I give context
Okay,
on to our fans on speaking with us and giving us their suggestions on what you want to hear. We got some ideas brewing, but we'd love to hear from you guys. Check us out on all of our socials.
Jess, that could have gone horrifically wrong.
It really could have. I was worried for a second.
I was, yeah. I was
No,
getting
no?
ready. No, Jess, no.
Jess, we want to try to get monetization on YouTube. That's the whole thing.
I mean, this will bring up the sub count, but it will get us demonetized.
Ooh,
This
clickbait
is
title. Jess gets
OnlyFans
naked.
erasure, okay?
Okay.
Like last week's video chat.
Well, yeah. Wow, yeah.
Yeah,
How did I forgot about
Oh,
that?
yeah.
How did I
Y'all
forget
saw my
about that?
titties, bro.
Oh, yeah. Whole tit. And on that note, thank you.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next season. Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Yes,
Bye.
thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.